Yes, LDM bikes, back at you in the London sea, sun shining, so we're out for a ride. And I thought we'd have a little discussion about new riders and what is really true. I think there's been a lot of discussions about this, and the fact of the matter is, it really depends on the person, how they are, how mature they are, as to whether or not a 600 or even 1,000 is suitable. It really depends on that person. Now, I started riding on crosses, and I was riding in my teens, then sort of got into my late teens, got a car and stopped riding for a while, and then I thought, it's in my blood, I need to get another bike. I was going stir crazy, I was going absolutely mad crazy. I was like, I need me another bike, I need me a liter bike. And then I thought, do I need a liter bike? Based on location, I'm in London, as you can see, always stuck in traffic. So do I need a liter? No. I felt at the time that I didn't. So I got myself a 600. I thought it's more than enough. You know, considering I haven't been on a bike for a while, this will do me just nice. And I decided to get a 600. And yeah, so I thought, which is the best 600 for me? And I decided on the CBR. I really like the Honda CBR 600 RR. Yeah, a particular year, which is the 07-08 year. So I got myself Honda CBR. But then I was riding it, and I was like, yeah, very powerful machine, very quick machine. Nice bike to ride. Could a newbie, maybe someone in the early teens, get away with riding one of these safely? And at first I was like, I'm not too sure. But then I thought about it, and the fact of the matter is, if you're sensible enough not to keep whacking the throttle every 5 minutes, then yeah, I think a newbie coming from say a 125 or 250 can easily jump on the or even the liters. I by far do not recommend getting a new bike, absolutely in no freaking way. I think it is just quite irresponsible. Whether you are a responsible person or not, you don't need that level of power. And no doubt, if you're quite young, the insurance is going to kick your ass anyway. But unless mummy and daddy is funding it, then no doubt, sure, whatever. If you've been riding for years, from early teens on, say, crosses or doing a lot of track days, then, you know, by all means, it's up to your own discretion. But in my view, I think you could start on a 600 quite easily. Would I recommend it? To be honest, a lot of people are going to hate me for saying this, but yeah, I would. Only if you're sensible, only if you know that, you know, you could get away with taking it easy for the first year or so to get used to riding and the power, etc. But I do generally think you could get away with riding a 600 for your first bike. And the reason I say that is because I've been on these 250s and these 300s, and yeah, they're great fun. But no doubt, I can imagine after a week, you'll be kicking yourself and being like, what the hell did I do? Why did I do this? I really hate this bike. And you'd have spent X amount when you could have got yourself a nice second-hand 600 and really got away with saving yourself some cash overall instead of having to part exchange, etc. and things like that. So can these get big bikes? Yeah. Like I said, I know a lot of you are saying that, but the reality is that I genuinely think you can get away with it depending on the type of person you are. Now, the stereotype, especially around sports bikes, is that you know, you're an adrenaline junkie, which some say yes you are. Get excited from it, but there's many things that draws you to sports bikes, and it doesn't mean that you are a dick on the road. Doesn't mean that at all. It just means that you're passionate about a particular thing in particular. I mean, I know many people that are passionate about maths. Why? God knows why, but I mean, it makes them pretty penny, so no doubt they can't complain. But you know, people are passionate about all sorts of things, and whether you're passionate about Harleys and touring bikes or whatever, as long as you're sensible as an individual, you can get away with riding these big bikes for, and I'm not going to say a first-time bike as in you just passed your test, you've never had any other type of bike, but if you're coming from, say, a 125, then most definitely. If you haven't even ridden a 125 on the road, then don't do it. Just don't do it. You know, there's no need to put that kind of pressure on yourself and other people on the road. I would just easily say, if you're planning on getting into bikes for the first time, then get your CVT, get yourself a 125, preferably a bike as opposed to a moped, so you get yourself used to the gearing and things like that, one down, five up, and just get used to the style of riding. And then once you've done that, you can quite easily just jump on a big boy bike, and the only real difference is the weight and the throttle response. The throttle response is sharp, but personally, me being someone who's been on a lot of thousands and a lot of 600s, I feel that even though, say for instance, my bike is more mid-range than say other 600 sports, it does lag. It does lag a lot. You really got to keep it in the power band to really get this thing going. You know, if you're just riding, cruising normally, even at low speeds, you could easily be in 4th, 5th gear at 30 miles an hour and quite easily just casually ride along. If you then pop it down into second, then yeah, you're gonna fly. You're definitely gonna fly. But you don't need to ride like that all the time. And I'm saying this someone from London who's in the capital a bit too much, because it can be a pain in the backside sometimes. Unless you're on a bike, it's always exciting. But yeah, get yourself a little 125 or these Yamaha R125s. They're wicked little machines, and they look the part. They're extremely light and nimble, so you could just throw your things around like crazy. You could get used to the gearing, the ergonomics, the setup, and then once you're used to it, then get yourself a 600. No doubt, it is easy as that. I wouldn't bother getting a 250 or 300. And the thing is, these 600s, they're a dying breed. Honda announced that they're no longer making the CBR 600 RR due to the new Euro 4 regulations, and it doesn't make sense them just producing it for, say, America, South America, North America, and the Japanese market. So because it just wouldn't be valuable for them at all. Whereas you can make these liter bikes, and you can a lot of them are coming with power restrictions on them. So you've got like A mode, B mode, and you can just whack it into sort of C mode, so to speak, or mode 3 in some cases, which restricts the power, and you can have a blast, and you really don't have to put it into full power mode and go. You can take it easy and just leave it in one of these power modes for, you know, a year or whatever, till you're fully used to your bike, and then once you feel that you're confident and ready to up the level, then go for it. But these things are not toys. As much as we like to think of them as toys, they are dangerous if you don't know how to handle them properly. And I'm sick and tired of people giving bikers, especially sports bike riders, bad names, because they ride like dicks, like doing wheelies down streets like this. You know, it's just, when you got other people on the road, come on, like, be sensible in certain respects. When you got a nice clear open lane, then yeah, by all means, top that bitch. Alright, and think of a blast, or go to the track, although a track can be expensive. Oh gee, look at this, Aston Martin. I don't even know what that is, but it looks old school and it looks proper. That proper looks, that looks the thing right there. Now I'm going to put that. Or if you restored it, I'm quite wouldn't mind restoring my car or bike actually. Getting a nice classic, bringing it back to life. But never happened. Sit in the garage for a good 10 years. They got told to sell it because they need the money. And it's take it up really. But yeah, so that's what I think you newbies who are thinking of getting a big boy bike, and how you should deal with it. I think you can get away with 600. I do not recommend getting 1,000. I remember seeing some guy talking about can new riders get 1,000. Technically, yeah, you could get one, and you could probably get away with it okay, providing you ride sensibly. But even if you do ride sensibly, you may get caught out and accidentally slip the throttle, and next thing you're flat on your arse, mate. Flat on your arse, and your bike's still doing 20 down the road. You know what I mean? So it's not worth it. It is worth just getting used to it. But it's all in your own discretion. I really think you need to just take a minute, sit in the corner and think, am I sensible enough to get a machine like that? And that's how you decide if you really are the guy for those kind of products.